Welcome back to my channel. My name is Adam and in this video I will review the language transfer method. It is available in the form of app on YouTube and on SoundCloud and maybe some other places. But regardless of where it is available 100% free. It relies on donations. It has many languages, but in this video in particular I will be reviewing the language transfer French method. Let's look at general overview of this course. For language transfer French, there is right now as of year 2022 40 lessons. Each lesson is about 10 minutes long. You hear Mialis Eleftherio. I hope I pronounced it right. He is Spanish, I think, and I pronounced it in Spanish, so yeah. He is the person who teaches you everything, grammar, rules, new vocabulary in this audio course. And also there is a student who basically replies to whatever questions he asks. He is learning French just like you, so it kind of gives it a classroom environment. He will ask you questions and for example, how to say this sentence or how to say this word. When you listen to his question, you are supposed to pause this. You are supposed to pause the video, or if you are using an app, you can pause it from the app very easily. And then think about the answer, and then once you are ready, you can say it out with yourself. Of course, you will be alone, so you will be talking to yourself, but you should be using your mouth to say it, not just think it mentally. You are supposed to say the words and say the sentence. Then play the audio. You will also, when you play the audio, you will also listen to the student giving the answer. If the student makes a mistake, he will correct him. And if you make a mistake, of course, you pause again and say the sentence correctly. This is how this entire course basically works. It is available, as far as I know, it is available on a language transfer app that you can download. Once you download the app, you can save the audio course in offline format for free. And yes, the app is free 100%. And these same courses are also available on YouTube and SoundCloud. He completely relies on donations, so this is 100% free. And if you want to donate, you want to pay, sure, you can donate to him. As of year 2022, right now, the language transfer course is the language transfer French course has only 40 lessons. It's kind of like a very A0 level, the A0 and beginner A1 level. So if you are doing this after a few years later, then maybe he will have a complete edition available. Alright, let's look at pros. So the biggest and most clear pro is it is 100% free. Nothing can beat 100% free. The second pro is each lesson is divided in 10 minutes, on average 10 minutes. Some are less than 10 minutes, some are more than 10 minutes. So it makes this course very manageable. You can do as many as you want in a day. And unlike Pimsleur courses, which is 30 minutes long, this one is much easier. So this is a very big pro. In terms of educational value, whatever you learn in these 40 lessons, you learn it very well. You will be able to make basic sentences after finishing this course with ease. As of year 2022, this is an intro French course. You will be at about A1 intermediate level when you finish this course. Later on, complete course will be available. I'm not sure when, but it will be available. For further improvement, you will need more advanced courses. Later on, I will tell you what kind of person should actually do this course and who this course isn't for. So you will know more properly about this particular topic. So stay tuned for that. A very big pro of this audio course is that it is not boring. The student-teacher type classroom environment where you hear both of them talking and learning, it kind of gives it a life. It gives it a classroom environment. Lots of other courses like Pimsleur, they are very boring and long to listen. Language transfer doesn't have these issues. They are in smaller formats, so you can do as many as you like. Okay, let's talk about the cons, the bad things. So the biggest con is that his French speaking is not right. His accent really affects it. The way he speaks French words they are kind of not right. So that's a little problem. But when I was learning French, I was brand new to French at that time. I think I was a little over a week when I started learning from Language Transfer. So at that time I didn't know much about French. But after learning for months, and now as I hear them, I listen to these audio courses, now I realize his French speaking is just not right. His accent is strong and it's not okay. But if you are a new French learner, it won't bother you. But after listening it right now, after months of studying, it does bother me. So take your pick, but don't let it stop you from learning. And his French course has this issue. But when it comes to other courses like Spanish, for example, his accent is fine. He speaks fine. This problem is limited to French course and maybe some other courses too. But when it comes to learning the grammar and the rules of French, making sentences, he will teach you in a fine way, in a proper way. You will learn just fine the rules. And at the beginning, it really doesn't matter if you speak a few words wrong, because you are new after all. Even much later in language learning, when you are at A2 and B1 level, you will keep making mistakes. So don't worry much about this. There's a beginner course. If you say something a little wrong, not a big deal. I don't recommend doing this course alone. In fact, for pretty much all audio courses, as far as I know, for none of them, I don't recommend them doing them alone. You should not rely on a single learning material. When it comes to language transfer, you need some sort of reading material to supplement it. Language transfer is your main learning material, and then the reading material. What kind of reading material should you use? Let me tell you. You will most likely, if you are doing this course, you are most likely a very, very beginner French learner. So reading will be difficult when it comes to reading articles, blogs, and etc. So the type of reading material you should use is basically books that are designed for 100% new learners, and they also have audio available. You can find these books in lots of places that has text as well as audio available. You can simply download that audio to your phone and listen to it so you can pronounce those words correctly. Don't just read randomly. Don't just read randomly. It will damage your learning process. Read it and make sure that it has audio available. Alternatively, you can use apps. The one I use is Duolingo, but there are others like Babbel. And basically what these does is that they guide you when it comes to reading. There is audio there to aid you, and as well as other things, so you can easily read these sentences and words, etc. And they start very simple, from very basics. So it's a good thing. So these apps are very good thing. Use them, and they will really accelerate your French learning process. So do language transfer courses as your main course, and then supplement it with a reading material course. Whatever it is, books, apps, do it. Don't just rely on language transfer alone. In fact, don't rely on pretty much, as far as all the audio courses I did, don't rely on any of them alone. Alright, so who should use this course? What kind of person should use language transfer intro course? If you are 100% new to French, you never lived near French people, you never studied French in school in years ago or something, you know nothing about French, then this course is perfect for you. It will build your basics and help you guys. But I don't recommend this course as the first course to start from. In fact, what I want you to do is to go and do A0 French course. What type of French course is that? It's a course which basically starts teaching you from the very basics, the ABCs of the language. Very important. A lot of people miss this step, but in your language learning journey, all this will aid you quite a lot. The one I did was Learn French by Suchita, but there are lots of other A0 courses you can do. They are very short, 10 to 15 days, even 5 days, but they teach you the very, very basics of the language. Once you do the A0 course, then you can come here and start language transfer, and then you can proceed And once you are done with language transfer, you can proceed on more advanced courses. But don't use language transfer as your first main course. So here, this is how you should do when you are a 100% beginner. Number 1, start with a zero course. The one I did was Learn French by Suchita, but there are others. Just make sure it has audio plus video or other visual material so you can learn properly. It's important that in the beginning you see all this. Once you are done with the ABCs, the A0 course, go with language transfer. Do it. It will take you to A1 intermediate level as of 2022. If you are watching this video years later, it will probably have more lessons available. Then finally, once you are done with the language transfer, you can proceed on more advanced courses like Michel Thomas, intermediate, etc. And the second person that should do this course is if you are someone who has studied French years ago in school but now have completely forgotten. Well, this is the right course for you. Go ahead, start with language transfer, and if you want to improve further, go with more advanced courses. So who should not use this course? For what kind of people this course is not designed for? Well, if you are at A2 level in French already, then this course is not for you. The things that this course provides you already know. But if you are at A2 level but still have trouble in the basics of French, then go ahead with this course. This course will strengthen all the basics of French. Just one thing that you will not most likely like his accent, the accent of the teacher, because he speaks French in a little weird way, but regardless, it will reinforce what you have learned. It will reinforce the basic grammar, and the mistakes you are constantly making in A2 level, they will decrease quite rapidly. If you want to do this course just to learn vocabulary, then you will be disappointed. You will learn vocabulary. Actually, you will learn vocabulary from pretty much anything you do. But this audio course, as well as many other audio courses, they actually fail in vocabulary. So you will not much vocabulary. You will not learn much vocabulary when doing this course or in pretty much lots of other audio courses. If you want to learn vocabulary, you need to read. This reading will help you get more vocabulary in a proper way. So if you are at A1 level, of course, if you are beginner at A1 level, reading will be very difficult. You will not be able to read. So use apps for that. They will help you how to read properly, give you the right sounds, the grammar, why this is happening. So your reading will be very easy and in a proper way. When it comes to A1 level, the apps I prefer is Duolingo and Babbel. They will teach you the vocabulary. I myself use Duolingo in my spare time. So use these apps and read from them, and you will learn lots of useful vocabulary from it. So use apps when it comes to vocabulary. If you don't like apps, not a problem. There are books available for beginner learners, but make sure those books have audio too. Alright, so this was the language transfer review. If you guys want to ask anything, drop down in the comments below. I will try to answer all of them. And more reviews are coming for things like Duolingo, SML, Michel Thomas, Pimsleur, and more, as well as many helpful other videos that will help you guys, that will aid you guys in language learning. Please subscribe to our channel. It helps the channel a lot, and I will see you guys again.